The front of it doesn't look that bad. The back of it, well, it's all being rebuilt, like built up now, so it doesn't actually look bad. He'll be like, "Do you want to do some work? You guys know math, right?"
I'll be like, "Can you pay me?"
He normally pays people. Yes, I mean that's how.
Then sure.
All right, grab a seat.
This Discovery Day. I want to go get paid.
So today we get to negative x or Dang it, I messed it up.
Negative b
Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. That's what we're doing today.
Yay!
So that's why I feel like we can cover. That's why I feel like we can cover 2 lessons. Is we've essentially already learned this along the way. So we need to practice actually writing it out and doing the work correctly, though. So we're each going to want a graphing calculator because we're going to get to either the radical form or the decimal approximation. No. Why do you have your phone anyways? Yeah, but not in here. No, I don't care that you have it, but nah, graphing calculators are easier to work. No joke, I have still yet to find a cell phone calculator app that I feel works as well as a physical calculator. Not even better, I'm just looking for one that's as good. I even have Desmos. They have 2 different calculator apps that you can download. They're great. I still think your real calculator is easier to use.
Where is my real calculator?
That's a question that should be answered.
That's a problem.
Is that a math problem?
I don't get it.
Because it's your calculator.
Where's the math problem?
Just because it's a calculator and it does math. Okay, fine. Hard pivot. What sort of candy does a sidewalk eat?
A what?
What sort of candy does a sidewalk eat? Pavement.
Oh my god, no. Get out. Wait, this is your room. I'm getting out.
Pavement.
Oh my god.
Or I guess it. No. Man, I had another one. Oh, what country's full of bodybuilders?
What?
What country is full of bodybuilders?
Germany.
Lithuania. Wait, I had one more. Crap. Can I remember it?
Hopefully the answer is no.
You know you like my jokes.
What do you mean?
You like hating my jokes, is what I mean.
Negative 3 plus or minus the square root of 9 minus 4ac.
That wasn't on 2, but that's okay.
Harsh. Are you solving this too, or did you already solve it?
No, I didn't know you were supposed to. No, I believe you.
So we don't need to do it by completing the square because we already know the quadratic, and with, we're not kind of following what CPM wants us to do. Oh. Which rock group has 4 men, one named George, and another was shot to death? Oh, Rolling Stones counts as rock. Mount Rushmore. I'll see myself out. Get it? Rock group. Jokes are better when you have to explain them.
Yeah.
Alright, so since we already know the quadratic, I'll move on to math. See, you know what my bad jokes do? They make you want me to teach instead of tell jokes. See?
I got a very strange number.
So negative b actually turns into positive 3.
Positive 3
Plus or minus the square root
root of 3 squared
minus.
4 times 1 times negative 7.
Ooh, so that's going to become positive 2 inside of here because that negative all over 2 times So
Doesn't work as well.
7 times 4.
It's 37.
Wait, 7.
Well, 7 times 4 is 28, but adding
So then
2 is 30.
9 minus 28.
Well, it's a negative 7 though, so it's positive.
Oh, because this turns into plus.
Yeah.
These are the trap doors people fall into. So would you say it is 37?
7. Over 2.
That's so close to a perfect square.
Yeah.
So close.
Why can't we just like fudge the numbers?
Well, because it's math. You
I don't know
you
the
don't do
advertising
math to
companies
fudge
do
the
it all the
numbers.
time.
No. So this is real, right? Because actually, if we want to say because, it's because CPM hasn't taught us about complex numbers yet.
Multiply everything by 2.
No, this is like, so at that point, then you're actually changing the equation because we're solving for our zeros, right? Well, this is all x equals.
Oh yeah, so it would be 2x.
Yeah, so then you actually start messing with things.
Yeah.
So what's the decimal approximation of these values?
Square root of 37?
Yeah, it's about 6, right? But when you type it all in your calculator, this is what we're practicing if we can type in our calculator correctly. You either need to use the right set of parentheses, and actually, we only have to type it once. If we aren't best friends with the second function, we're about to become best friends with the second function.
Is there a plus or minus sign?
No, but we can make that happen real easy. So, 3, I'm going to start with plus because I'm a positive person. Square root 37. It'll happen.
It's 4.4 something.
Give it a second. Excuse me.
I don't see why you need the second one. I got both of the equations.
Because I'm teaching you things for when things get more difficult, right?
Yeah, but you can just go back up to the last equation and like.
All right, so boom. Is that one of the answers you got?
Yeah, that's the first one I got.
So then hit second enter.
Or you could just hit up, enter.
I'm trying to teach you other ways to use your calculator. So yes, you're right. If we hit up, enter, it grabs the same thing.
It goes to older numbers.
Yeah.
So if you go highlight that, you can't see it on my screen, but if you go highlight the last equation you typed in and hit enter, here's a fun fact. Didn't used to do that because they reprogrammed the calculators a little bit. But we can go into it, change the plus to a minus, and get the other answer.
Wowie, kazowie. Really?
Notice how they both share the same decimal value?
Oh my gosh, that's so slow.
There's a very specific reason for that.
Because the square root has that decimal.
Yeah, that decimal value. But wait, this one's subtracting versus this one adding.
Suspicious.
One's negative and one's positive, right? So of course it's okay to do it because it's symmetric, because it's distance away from 0, right? So or distance away from really the vertex, that line of symmetry down the middle.
If you spam second enter, it'll like go back up and do previous problem.
That's what it
Yes.
just said.
Like I was doing
Oh,
it.
I thought you meant
I was
if you-
doing an average problem up here.
Oh.
So every time you hit second entry, you get like further up your list, as I think you guys already figured out.
The quadratic formula's an error, Mr.
Wait,
Hudson.
what? I want.
Then you did it wrong.
He put it in as the variables of negative b.
Fun story.
Wait,
Fun
how did you
story.
do plus or minus?
I did plus divided by minus.
Fun story.
That's,
So I got a syntax error. I want to hear a
I don't
story.
think that's all weird.
It's not even really a story. Exactly what you just did is how you program your calculator.
Wait, what?
Wait, really? How do we do that?
So you can program your calculator to do the quadratic for you.
Hold on, let's do
Wait,
that.
how do we do that?
I'm going to just let you guys explore your calculator for a minute.
How did you get those B buttons?
Alpha.
Well, so you have to figure out where to be programming first.
Don't you have to go to mode?
How do you type? I'm in the programming menu. I just don't know how to type. Oh. It's also a keyboard.
What do you mean you're in the program menu? What'd you hit?
Program.
Oh, there's a button that says program. Fancy that.
And then your calculator is also a keyboard.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah.
But there's a little bit more to programming than just shoving stuff into your calculator. Like, you have to tell it what to ask for. So, I'm not going to teach you how to do this. There's a bajillion YouTube videos out there telling you how to program the quadratic into your TI. You can do that on your own time. What I am here to do, because, hey, look up from your calculator for a second. Even if you program your calculator, it gets cleared when you go to take a state test or ACT or whatever. So unless you're going to rewrite your program prior to taking any question about a quadratic and finding the zeros, you want to be able to type this into your calculator yourself. So a little bit of Googling, you'll find out you can program your calculator to do this. We're not doing that today. We're going to practice applying the quadratic to a few equations that do have an A, right? Because what we said yesterday is if there's an A that isn't 1, it's poopy. We can't do complete the square unless it's a perfect square amount of A. And none of these are. I mean, D looks like the best here.
I'll do.
So we're all going to do all of these to cross-check with each other.
I don't like this.
Yeah, because most quadratics aren't nice and easy. We've been giving you nice quadratics. Most of the world is not nice.
Wow.
Sorry, we're working with
Okay,
physics.
Mr. Hudson.
No, like, I mean, like the math of the world.
Oh.
Like, most people are nice, but what I mean is, like, throw an object in the air and watch it come back to Earth and now try to graph that. It's not going to be a nice equation.
No, I
Most-
think it would be perfect.
Most quadratic equations start with negative 9.8x squared.
Awesome.
That's gravity.
9.8 is gravity.
Negative.
Meters per second per second.
Silly.
Yeah, most quadratics that are utilizing gravity use negative 9.8. Or negative 32 feet per second, I think is what the conversion is.
Feet per second.
It's always per second because it's speeding up, actually. So that's why it's like x squared, because your input gets squared. Right?
Because if it wasn't speeding up, then it would just be
Be linear, right? Well, if an object is falling at a constant rate, not speeding up, isn't that linear?
Yeah. Doesn't a parabola eventually turn linear when that thing hits for terminal velocity?
I mean, it stops for a moment. There's a moment of, if you're tracking height of an object, over time, it looks parabolic. But if you're just tracking height, it goes up, stops, and comes down. Right? So there is a moment when it stops. Any individual point on the parabola can be looked at as a line if you draw the tangent line. Right? It does like a tangent line to the circle. So this gets murky. This gets complicated.
If this thing hits terminal velocity, then it's descending at a constant rate. So
Oh, you're talking about terminal, not the maximum point. On Earth, yeah, and that's why things are complicated.
it would like do a parabola and then turn into a straight line.
Well, not quickly. Like, you know, it takes a little bit to get to terminal velocity.
Yeah, but like if you drop an orange off an airplane. That would be cool and dumb.
Waste of an orange, but yes. All right, negative.
Funny when it hits somebody.
Make sure you're using negative, not minus. Negative b plus. I like to do plus first.
It would like splatter all over them.
It might kill them.
I wonder if there's a way to type this into our calculator better so that we can copy it out and just edit it for the next ones. Not even just the minus, but like, is there a way to utilize parentheses in our calculator to make this nicer to copy? Like, you know how we're doing the second entry thing? It's like, we've got 3 of these to solve that are all gross, and I don't really want to type the whole thing in every time. Bless you. So what I want you guys to try to do is figure out how to insert some extra parentheses And this is what you're going to need to do when you program things, because you use a buku amount of parentheses to keep order correct. Like, you guys did some of the math before you typed it in last time. I want to encourage you, don't do the math. Just try to type it in so your calculator can do it correctly.
I'm gonna do what Jake did earlier.
I should have just told you whoever can use the most amount of parentheses wins.
Oh, okay. Okay, so put 10 parentheses at the beginning.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4 sets of parentheses, and they're all necessary.
Oh,
I should have said the person who used the most amount of necessary parentheses. I think I could add another set, actually. But the square root does it for you. The square root is essentially its own grouping symbol. Right, so we don't really... Everything that falls under the bar... I sort of want to just go ahead and drag my screen over and show you guys.
No, I want to get more parentheses.
Do you have 4 sets?
Yeah.
So I'd be like 4...
I haven't done it yet. Oh, no, shoot, I need to start with the parentheses.
Ooh, wait, I can do 5 sets, and they're all necessary. I like how you have to keep saying...
Oh, I know what you're doing.
What?
You're making it more complicated.
No.
You're making it B times B instead of B.
No. Why would I do that? Math is about being
Instead of
efficient.
parentheses?
But Jake keeps singing it, and I keep realizing, like, oh, okay, yeah. Plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac.
Oh my god. A square.
I mean, I could add more, but I don't think I need to. If you want to see if you should add more, get your answer, copy it, and then tweak some parentheses and see if it tweaks your answer. If so, that's not really a good thing. I have 6 sets now, but it's unnecessary.
Dang it. I messed up.
Because you were singing too much?
Here we go.
You wrote it down a few days ago.
Yeah, but it's fun to sing. And it's fun to annoy you. B squared minus 4ac. No, not yet.
It equals 0.
What equals 0?
The equation I put in.
Wait. I'm not done yet.
How many?
You didn't have to look.
Okay. Negative 0.
Mine's actually wrong, because I forgot the A on the bottom. So I need to go back and fix that. I was too excited about...
I used 7.
I got negative.
I think I have 8 now.
I got negative 0.333 repeating. Is that wrong? Or is that right?
No, I got negative 0.33 repeat. Problem is, now mine doesn't fit on the screen. I'm going to try to tweak some... Ah! Wrong button. But we do want to be efficient, so don't use excessive. That's why I was a little worried about saying use a bunch. Because we would like to be able to see everything that we have
I got
written.
negative 0.3 repeating and negative 2.
Ah! I hit clear instead of delete.
Epic.
I just got negative 3. I feel like I did something wrong.
You are bad.
What did I do wrong though, Jake?
I don't know. What did you do wrong?
I don't know what did you do wrong.
You're silly.
I think I did it right. I just got the wrong answer.
So you did it wrong. Oh wait.
If you do not group your denominator, if you do not group, yeah, some of the magnets aren't stuck on great. If you don't group your denominator, it divides by 2 first and then multiplies.
That means I have 8 steps. Wait, is 0.3 repeating the correct?
Negative 0.3 repeating.
Negative, yeah.
That's weird.
My question to you would be, is there a mathematical reason for that, or does it just look like that? Are you talking about the corners of all the tiles?
Yeah, like the outside is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's getting exponentially smaller by half.
Could you model that on Desmos, do you think?
Doubt it.
Hey, the Desmos Art Contest is back on. I should say this before.
Wait, there's a Desmos Art Contest?
Yeah, before I forget, because I think that if anyone is gonna like potentially enjoy this, if you go to Desmos.com, they've got a new headliner here, and it's all split by age groups. I don't know if I'm really gonna tell my 7th graders about this.
Wait, why would you not take a 7th grade?
Because most of them can't compete. You have to be 13. So there's a lot of things on the internet where 13 for some reason is the age where it's like, okay, you're not an adult, but we'll let you like do things on the internet. So,
How could you make art using Desmos?
have we not talked about this? Bro.
Can we just do this as like next, like tomorrow in class? Can we just do this?
This is the first place one from this past year. These are all graphed. So,
Oh, duh.
Why
this
do you hate that, Jake? Just because you can't do it doesn't mean you have to hate it.
isn't actually that like that one doesn't seem as complicated as some other ones. Like this graph's animated.
Oh my god.
It's animated?
Well, you can tell it to move. So when you go to Desmos Art, you can turn things on and off to realize what it's doing.
Oh my god.
And then you can expand the graphs. No one needs to teach you anything. If you can take what you observe.
You just put the points. Wow. That's not that complicated.
But it'll take a while.
How do you make
But look at how many pieces this has.
Okay, can you
Wait,
look
can you
into
look
the
at the
bubbles?
bubbles? I want to see the bubbles one.
how do you make it
It's
curve?
the very, yeah.
They don't turn it off.
No, I want to see the.
I like when you guys yell at me.
Whoa, you can do that?
A
You can
equals-
set your slider to move itself.
That is cool. I did not know that.
So you can set your slider to play. So you know when we go into Desmos and here, for example, when we go into Desmos and I don't know, let's say type in ax squared maybe, and we can add a slider for a plus bx, and we could add a slider for b plus c. We could add a slider for c. But if all my values are 1,
Wait, randomize it. How do you do
what do you mean
that?
randomize it? So you can change the parameters of your things over here.
Oh, there's a play button.
There's a play button. So you can observe what happens to your graph while things change. So positive,
Turn them all on.
negative, right? So this is just y-intercept.
Yeah, turn them all on.
All right, hold on. I will, but so that's y-intercept. What is b?
Going diagonally. Oh my gosh, it's
The parabola moves in a parabola.
Oh my god!
It does.
Yeah, that's what he just said. Oh my god. Looks like it's jumping.
So wait, if you added a line down
Make it-
here,
make
would
negative.
it like
Make it
bounce?
negative
Yeah.
after.
Okay, wait. So what does a do? Do you think?
I don't know, but you
Moves
should.
it left to right.
you should make
No,
A
it makes it
negative.
bigger and smaller, yeah. Okay. You should turn them all. Oh!
Yeah. When A is negative, make B go back.
Yeah! Oh my
I think it'd be really
god!
cool.
I want a roller coaster that does that.
All right.
What do you mean?
All right.
Turn
Do
them
you
on.
guys just want to play with Desmos for the rest of class?
Yeah.
Okay, just get out your
I want to
computers.
see them all.
Turn them all on! Turn them
We're
on!
gonna have to do more homework.
No.
Let's do the
No.
next assignment so we don't have to do as much homework. That's what I think.
It's good. No. It's like
It's very confused.
yeah,
I
I
don't
don't know
wanna
what
do
it's supposed to do.
Well, what if I stop this so they're countering each other? Or something like that. Interesting.
It looks
You guys know how to graph a circle?
Uh,
Well, let's go find some circles and look at how they're graphed, right? So, this equation apparently gives us the circles. So here's the cool thing about Desmos, too. I'm not editing a person's, like, thing. It made a copy when I clicked on this to open it. So in your Desmos, make sure that you're logged in when you do this. I don't know what this trophy is.
Wait,
Oh,
can we edit it
this
to
is,
the original if we're not logged in?
so then, well, I mean, you can, but it won't have anywhere to save. Then you can save things, right? So I can start to create whatever I want here, but it's untitled. And you could tell it, like, I want to name this my art, whatever.
My art.
Oh, yeah, this is just a notification making sure everyone knows that the art contest is back on. That is my first name. Yep.
I thought it was
Wait, is 3A math 8 or some other math? I'm just curious.
3A is math 8.
Okay, good. Math 8 is
I like the Paris one. So you can also turn your grid lines on or off. So what did
How
they do here?
that?
They overlayered a picture.
Oh.
You can put a picture into your Desmos graph, and then you can graph to match it.
Okay. I thought they just like somehow made it so Desmos made that picture.
This is pretty cool.
Is it gonna like? Wait, it said
Look at
bird's
all-
eye view.
So it's like looking down at a city. So if
Why
you
did
flew a
say
drone straight up,
bird's eye view, though?
look at all
That's
these.
so much.
That's nutty.
That's no.
So none of them are packaged, is why this looks so big. A lot of the math contest ones, they package the things together. So like when we were looking at jelly equations, there's a ton of equations, but they're all in packages. So this package right here, I can open and close, turn on and off. This drop-down arrow lets me see all of them. Right, so the baby tentacles actually have a bunch of arcsine functions. As I turn on and off each one of them, oh, it's each individual part of the tentacle.
That's so much money.
That is nuts.
By the way, how do you make an octopus laugh?
Tentacles.
Tentacles.
I've heard that. So it's not as bad.
I told my orchestra teacher about a science one, and I think you heard it.
Which one?
It was about the mitosis one.
Australia.
Wait, what?
Oh, Sydney Opera House?
Mhm.
You can add slider for all.
Clouds move.
Nutty. Stop saying that. You say that a lot. It's kind of.
It's funny.
That's like
Water moves.
the
How
song.
do you make the folders?
Oh no, that's still the.
Folder.
Someone in Malaysia did it. Whoa, this is like all over.
Yeah, 100 different countries last year.
Italy, Japan, Australia. Oh, you just clicked on
Best audio trace? I haven't even looked at this. What do you mean audio trace?
Whoa. What is
Sequence
that?
for song. I don't know what it means by audio trace. To play the music, click on the first line right under. What?
Like the line under it. Under what the.
This?
Yeah, maybe. And then do Alt T, then press H. Is that the flight?
Oh!
It's the flight of the boat.
It's literally the graph.
It's the graph of the song.
That's wild. When it hits the B. don't know how.
That was cool.
Where are other audio traces?
Why is
What
she
is
not
that?
win? She should have won. That person should have won.
Wait, how do you know it was a she?
Yeah, that's why I changed it to that person.
Oh, this looks so weird.
Did they make them?
Oh, this is the 17 to 18 age group, and now they've opened up a 19 and up.
19 and up. You're gonna
Well,
learn
because you have
this.
different
So you
abilities,
picked up
right?
Mr. Hudson?
Yeah, but I don't have time.
Oh.
I have to like plan
Ain't
lessons
nobody
and stuff.
got time for that.
Wow, what a beautiful art.
Desmos Bar.
Desmos Bar? Oh my goodness, that's cool. I think mine's better though.
Parabola. Oh my god.
Oh my.
It's better though.
Yours is nutty.
Stop saying that so much.
So, check it.
It is honestly quite strange.
Hold on.
You can animate your like what you make. So there's tons of Desmos
Wait,
videos.
what was it? Wait, can you reach out? This isn't actually like a 3D render, is it?
It's on a 2D graph. That's why the next video is creating a 3D render. Or
Can you
creating.
actually create a 3D render in Desmos?
Apparently you can. 3D graphing and a 2D calculator. Alright, I'll let you guys have time, because honestly, playing with the math is one of the best ways that you learn. We don't have to cover two. Okay, let's talk about the homework. No, I was about to say let's pick some questions, because I don't feel like you need to do all of it.
Yeah, let's talk about the
Let's pick
homework.
the first one.
I agree with you.
And then not that one.
Yeah, we should do this one.
Not that one.
Not that one.
Yeah, we should do this one.
Nope, skip 103.
Skip 104 and 105. I already know you guys are good with.
Skip 103.
Do 100, 102, and 103.
No.
Yeah.
No!
Yeah, but they're
It's
bad
a long
problems.
Hey,
question.
this is just complex probability. You didn't even read it. It's not even that complex. It's just like multi-layered probability.
I like improbability.
The improbability drive.
Connor, your graph's pretty cool. I want you guys to save these things, even if you don't think like, oh, this is a keeper. I want you to save it so at least you can share it with me.
524.
Yes, it was. It was. It is. It has been.
You said 100, 102, and 103?
No, 100,
102.
102, 103.
Yeah, okay.
That's
Just
what
those.
we want.
Just those three.